Good evening! It is time for the Sonic Generations Revisit. We're playing on the remastered version, because, well, I'll get into that in just a couple of minutes. This intro movie hasn't changed, or the encoding quality is probably better. But for that, game is quiet. Alright. Well, I'll just let this play out first. But how is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's having a good day. It's been a busy one for me, really. Right, hopefully that's better. So yeah, this is the remaster of Sonic Generations, packaged with Sonic X Shadow Generations. And first off, let's go into the options, because they've actually got a more fleshed out options menu. You can turn lives off, which is called challenge tries for some reason. I have them off because I'm constantly restarting levels and generations anyway, because I'm always low on lives. But things like subtitles, control tutorial, on the channel, those were in the original. You can change your controls out inside the actual game. So by default, they use a Sonic Frontier style control scheme with right trigger being boost, rather than X or square if you're PlayStation. I personally have so much muscle memory for this game that I go to the Legacy control scheme. I personally recommend that because quick stepping using the bumpers while using the triggers for boosting is awkward. Sound settings, pretty standard. And display settings are in-game now instead of in the terrible launcher. I mean, the graphic settings themselves are the same as before, but it's not in the terrible launcher anymore. Anyways, main reason why I'm doing this revisit using the remaster is because they give you save files. Save files. I don't have to mess around in my folders and Steam card and all that. They give you save files. Like, opinions have been divided over this remaster, but the fact they give you save files is just amazing. Also, I'm going to be using the skins, the Classic Sonic and like Sonic Jam and Sonic Adventure skins for Classic and Modern, because I think they look great. I mean, it's that meme I put on the Discord like last week about Sonic Generations and Xenoblade X's remasters having multiple save files. But yeah, the game itself though is mostly unchanged outside of the new dialogue in the cutscenes, which we'll get into. But that's absolutely fine by me because I love Sonic Generations. I kind of didn't need it to change. Also, there have been reports of this remaster running weirdly on monitors with higher than 60Hz refresh rates. And it just doesn't quite work properly on them, but it seems to work fine on my monitor, so I don't know, your mileage may vary. Also, the HUD's been remade for widescreen, for not fighting, for 4K. Did I increase the volume? I did. I can increase it again. Now it's nearly as loud as me. Whenever the time meter shows up in these cutscenes, it is always like way louder. You told me it was too quiet. I turned it up. You told me it was still too quiet.
He'll be here any second.
But the time meter always does like blow out the speakers for whatever reason.
Having a party or something?
Surprise!
So they've added Chow to the background here.
Aw, you guys.
It went from very quiet to very loud. Well, that's what happens when the time meter shows up in the cutscenes. That's always been bad. But yeah, they have re-recorded all the dialogue in this game, even the lines that haven't changed. It's weird. I'm not gonna focus on cutscenes for this playthrough, just for time's sake. Also, Sonic Generations doesn't have much story. But I'm gonna get out of the way now. I think the criticisms are overblown. People saying things like, oh, they've ruined the story and stuff. But it's just like, what story? What story? There's so little story in this game. There's not much dialogue. You know. And like, people complain that they make constant references. I think it Ben, I think it doesn't help that I play Sonic games where the sound mixing is often bad.
My friends!
Yeah. And hey, at least this isn't the HD port of Sonic Adventure 2. Also, any of the pre-rendered cutscenes, like the ones that aren't playing out in real time, they've re-rendered them at much higher quality. The original 360 and PC versions had like 480p videos for any cutscene that was a pre-rendered video, and it looked awful. Luckily, the PC version, you can mod it to have like the PS3's 720p cutscenes, but yeah. Any cutscene that's a pre-rendered video, they've re-rendered and made it higher quality for this remaster, which is nice. But yeah, also, like, people complain that they make references a lot. I'm just gonna... Hold on. It's taken my mouse. Let's take that down. A decibel or 2. Right. Yeah, people complain that they make references in the new dialogue. But it's like, this is the anniversary game. You know? Yeah, like, why wouldn't they want to make references? Alright, here we go. Modern Sonic Boost time. I don't know how many times I've played this level in my life. Too many. Well, not too many, because I love it. It's always like my little warm-up level if I'm doing a session of Sonic Generations. One minor change they've made is the D-pad. You can no longer use the D-pad to control Sonic. So the most part isn't too much of a problem, but with those trick rings, where you gotta like press directions quickly to do tricks, I always used to use the D-pad for that. And so like my muscle memory's all off, and you can't do tricks quite as quickly with the analog stick. On my Steam Deck I've actually like set a custom control thing just to add the D-pad back. I haven't bothered to do that on PC though. Because to be honest, when I'm playing Sonic Generations on PC, I'm most likely still playing the old version, because that's where all the mods are. Also, do let me know if the sound balance is still off. So I wasn't able to prep this stream as well as I hoped, just because OBS gave me problems. I got rid of my custom docs that I need for like Sammy and my ad manager. Sam's decent, I think. Cool. But yeah, this is Sonic Generations though. I mean, it's over 10 years old now. Yeah, we know and love it. The level design is just great for this kind of Sonic gameplay. It's in depth and dense. I mean, like what I just did there, stomping through the bridge to get to a lower path. It's the kind of stuff you don't get in games like Forces, I think. And the visuals for the game have stood the test of time. I know it's obviously only a decade and a bit old, but they've not really done much to the visuals here other than like make the HUD go up to 4K. Like the UI and stuff is redone, and that's mostly it in terms of visuals and the pre-rendered cutscenes. Like, it was, like, for my money, I think it's one of the best looking games on the PS3 and 360.
Thanks, Sonic. That was awful.
I mean, they were obviously a bit lower resolution than 30 FPS, but...
Like I was trapped.
And yes, I'm using the Adventure 1 Sonic skin. That was the... I think that was the pre-order bonus. Sonic Jam skin was... The Sonic Jam skin was signed up for their newsletter, which was then made free later on. I think... Yeah, because Digital Deluxe is all Shadow Generation stuff. And a skill, and like free skill points for Sonic Generations.
Right now we should focus on finding our friends.
We can start over there. That skyline looks familiar, but I can't be sure.
Well, that's as good a lead as any, Tails. Back in a flash.
Wow, that was crazy, Sonic. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, even
It's like
random
you never
innocuous
left.
lines were just rewritten. It does, like, I think my one, I will say, I think the criticisms are overblown, but I will say some line deliveries are a little bit herky-jerk, because, like, sometimes the lines are longer, so they're trying to fit more dialogue into the same amount of time as the older, shorter dialogue. Oh, and we just glossed over it, but they've added 3 hidden Chow to every level as well. They don't do anything, they're just there to collect. Right, let's go to skill shot. I want my athleticism. I want my blast off. I want my speed up. You can buy 1-up still, even if you turned lives off. Alright. And those. Start to confirm it. And I'm just going to add athleticism to Classic Sonic. And they've added the drop dash as well. For Classic Sonic, it's a skill you can equip or unequip. For Modern Sonic, they've made it part of his moveset. I don't mind Classic Sonic having it, but Modern Sonic it's a bit superfluous, I think, because, you know, you have the boost. It also means Classic Sonic can't do it in Hub World. You can only use it in stages. Anyway, Chemical Plant time. We know what the stages are, but, you know, they try to hide it. You know, they still do question marks and whatnot, but we know it's Chemical Plant. Yeah, I mean, even as like a, how old would I have been? 13-year-old. I'm playing this, so I wasn't even that old. But just like seeing like places like this back from Sonic 2 and stuff was really good. Like I was enticed to Sonic Generations because of Classic Sonic, but I kind of stayed for Modern over the years. I would say Classic Sonic. I still think his levels are fun and he controls alright, but I do think they've aged a little bit less well than the Modern Sonic levels. Especially given we've had like Mania and Superstars in the years since Generations. It's still much better than the Classic Sonic levels in Forces. Like, Classic Sonic doesn't really control faithfully to the originals, but he controls well and his levels are well designed. And that's all I can really, that's what I ask for really with Sonic games. That they control well and have good level design. So look at him. I love this low poly skin. The Sega Saturn Sonic Jam model is one of my favourite models, I think, for classics for Sonic in general. Like that, Sonic the Fighters. They're both great. Right, on to Chemical Plant Act 2. I'm going to be doing Act 1 and Act 2 for the most part. I think. But actually, I think Sky Sanctuary I'm going to do the other way around. I'm going to do Act 2 first for Sky Sanctuary just to show something off. Which you might have seen through memes, but I still want to show it off anyway. Hold on. I thought I set my skills. Hold on. I'm going to try not to constantly restart levels, but I don't know whether I just didn't press the button in time or whether my skills didn't save. Oh no, they did save. It was just a skill issue. Right. It was just a skill issue. I think my mic is picking up my controller loop tapping on my laptop stand. Ah, there we go. I'm going to try and go for the impressive shortcut, but it is quite difficult to take. Although I feel like I've had more consistent success. Right, I'm gonna try a couple times with this. I'm not. If I like fail like 2 more times, I'll not bother. But I feel like I have had more consistent success with it in the remaster than the original. But I think that's probably just circumstantial evidence. Lightspeed dash! There we go. The amount of times you, especially in the original, you'll try to do that shortcut, you're mashing the lightspeed dash button like your life depends on it. And Sonic just doesn't lightspeed dash. It's really annoying. One thing that I think is a shame in this version as well, they've gotten rid of some of the achievements, like some of the more unique ones. All the achievements in the Sonic Generations portion, apart from like the ones with the ones to do with Chao, they are all from the original. They got rid of some more unique ones. Like there was an achievement for doing Chemical Plant Act 2 without touching the water, or without going underwater, which is just not here anymore. And there were like achievements tied to specific bed rings and stuff as well. Another way this next parallel lost some achievements. How was X lost achievements? I think there was an achievement system in X. Nice, good on the rail. Oh! Oh, right. The raid level stuff, yeah. That was nearly like a super clean run until I like fell off right at the end. Still a good run.
Sonic!
Now, this cutscene is an example of... There is a line that I missed from the original.
Remotely on West Side Island.
In the original, Tails mentions that the pink water makes him really uneasy. You know, obviously referencing just how so many people drown in Chemical Plant in Sonic 2. But they don't mention it at all here. They name drop West Side Island, which is nice, but I do miss the pink water line. Also, something you might have noticed, the red rings, they show which one you've got now. So that sounds stupid. Because like, of course they're going to tell you which collector we picked up. And other Sonic games with red rings do that. The original Generations, though, for whatever reason, would just show how many you've got, not which ones. It was a really weird thing, and I'm glad they changed.
Sonic, I'll be sure to return the favor next time around.
Not really worrying about that right now, Amy.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Right, no, I was going to do Act 2 first, didn't I? Because I want to make a point about... the rewrites. Which again, some people complain about, but I think it's just funny. Anyways, Sky Sanctuary Act 2, I love this stage so much. And the amount of, like, different parts in this level that you can take is just really nice. Plus it looks fantastic. Like, it's no wonder they brought it back for All Stars Racing Transformed. Ah! That's never happened before! Sonic, stay on the ground. There are a couple of minor physics quirks in this version. I'm not sure what's up with it. I would say there's nothing like major that goes wrong in the physics department, but It's like a couple of moments where Sonic will leave, like Sonic's feet will leave the ground when they don't normally. Not quite sure what's up with that. Get the shortcut. Oop. No. Boost, Sonic. I need to check the skill shop at some point. There's an acceleration skill that I haven't got at the moment. I haven't fallen down here in ages. Sonic is feeling a bit slow compared to the usual. But it's just how things go when you're this early in the game. Now when that part of the level design references Sonic Frontiers in one of the cyberspace stages, it's got a really, really pretty sunset going on. It still looks good here though. Yes. No restoring colour. Ah, and on to Act 1. You can attack enemies during a spin jump. Thanks, Sonichow. I really needed to know that. I love how you can see the Death Egg rising while playing this level. I mean, that was one of the big points about the stage in the original Sonic 3. This stage was just after Eggman relaunched the Death Egg. Well, it was as he was relaunching it. So you got to see that happen in the background in the original here. I can't remember whether I mentioned it on my previous stream, like 4 years ago. But I remember there were arguments in certain Sonic communities at the time about whether Sky Sanctuary was not yellow enough. Because the visuals for it in the original, it does sort of have a yellow tint. The ground has a yellow tint to it, whereas this is more white. I remember that being a thing. Oh, whoops. Well, no West rank for me. Speaking of stupid arguments within Sonic, ever since Sonic Forces, there's been a large amount of people complaining that Sonic's spines are too short, which I just find a very funny argument, because I remember back in the late 2000s, games like Sonic 06 and all that, one of the complaints, at least in the part of the fandom that I sort of see, was that modern Sonic's calls are too long. Classic Sonic's design is better with the Sonic's design is better with the shorter calls of Classic Sonic. So it's just like how cyclical things are. Like at one point, when say this game came out, people were complaining about, oh, Sonic's spines are too long, we want shorter spines, classic Sonic proportions. And then you go to like Forces and Frontiers. Oh, his quills are too short, they look weird, we want long floppy quills like in Unleashed and stuff. And it's like, I know they're different people complaining about these things. It's different people, obviously. But, make up your mind. damage than the Optimus by removing the spines completely. Right, this is the cutscene I wanted to show. Because yeah, different cutscenes based on who rescues.
Thanks, Sonic. Now then, tell me, where is the rest of my island?
Where's the rest of my island? Oh. In the original Knuckles, Fat James classic Sonic, now he makes a in-character remark about Angel Island, but they don't change the animations. So yeah, everyone's joked ever since this game has come out that classic Sonic ate Angel Island. Right, yeah. So a detail I like here, it's existed since the original. There are grapes behind Knuckles. Grapes are mentioned as his favourite food in the Sonic 3 manual. At least in the American one. Alright, challenge acts time. Alright, so every stage has lots of challenge acts, you just have to do one to you only have to do one per stage. Classic or modern. Yes, they do reference it in the movies. That is correct. The end of movie 2. They reference, like Knuckles references grapes. Right, I'm going to try and pick missions that are like fairly short. Just I want to wrap the game up in the one stream. So. Race to the goal against Tails. So I'm probably mostly going to be playing modern Sonic ones. Also, Super Sonic Racing Remix. The vocals in the background at the start are from like a Sega Saturn like advert or something from like, from the 90s. I don't know why I say a Sega Saturn advert from the 90s as if there's going to be adverts for the Saturn in the 2000s. And there we go. I don't care about S ranking these or not. I never have. I've got the achievement for doing all the challenge acts, but I don't care about S ranking them. Alright, Chemical Plant. Can't remember what missions are in Chemical Plant. No, not that one. I don't want to do that one. Sure, we'll do a one ring challenge. Why not? I think the loading times feel worse than the original PC version, but... Oh well. Ow! Well, I've lost that one ring pretty quickly. I don't know why there's boost rings in here. Oh no. chose poorly in terms of what mission I did. Maybe at the end. There we go. Okay, not too poorly. I mean, if I did it with an S rank, it's not. I guess it's not that bad. Well, what I'm getting these, I don't need them. Let's pick up the key. Alright, what mission in Sky Sanctuary is short and easy? The Knuckles one's a bit time consuming sometimes. Balloon Bonanza, why not? That sounds alright, maybe. I do like these balloons and Modern Sonic games, so it's like they're homing attack targets, but they let you keep your momentum, which is nice. It's kind of one of the problems with homing attacks, like homing attack chains and whatnot in a lot of Modern Sonic games, is it can break the flow a little bit if the homing attacks are too stop and go. Nice. Nice and quick. So I get held up in that last room with those two egg robos. On the Casino Night minigame that was a pre-order bonus for the console versions in 2011 and then later included for free on the PC version. That's included in all versions of this, which is nice. We'll check it out if I have time later. Right, Metal Sonic. Let's get our first emerald. Metal Sonic. It's weird that they kind of redesigned Metal Sonic to be more like classic Sonic's proportions, given that classic Metal Sonic kind of just looks like modern Metal Sonic. If you actually look at how he looks like in CD and Sonic the Fighters and stuff. And the OVA. It's kind of weird. how classic Metal Sonic is just a thing they made for this game. This remix of Stardust Speedway's Bad Future is nice. It's nice that they made a remix of the American version as well. Both these remixes would form the basis of future Metal Sonic remixes as well. This remix here would form the basis of the Sonic 4 Episode 2. There's a remix of this in when you race Metal Sonic in that game, right near the end of that one. And then the US remix is what would get taken and be remixed again in Forces. For that Metal Sonic fight. I think I've listened to this song when it's like Stars Fear Bad Future and Metal Sonic Theme on their own enough. I don't really hear. Like I hear just this song. There we go. And Metal Sonic is toast. No inverse kinematics on the slope. How could they? Right, Chaos Emerald 1. And time for our first boss. Yes, game, I know how this works. I'm playing you for more than 10 years. Turns 14 this year. I remember downloading that very limited time demo on the Sonic's anniversary in 2011. Just had a one-act demo, Green Hill Act 1. You could only play it for 30 days. I've always liked how this cutscene, the perspective changes depending on who you enter the boss gate as. You see it from the other side of this window if you enter it as Modern Sonic. But you don't get the little bouncy sound effect when he like pats his stomach. So that's why I always like entering as classic.
Dr. Eggman!
It's the last thing you'll see in this world.
Another Sonic? What? Wait a second!
Everybody say the line. You're too slow. The amount of times that voice clip was paired up with this cutscene back in 2011. Yeah. Yeah, the Death Egg Robot coming back in this game, and I guess Sonic 4 was cool. And then they just kept doing it. Then they called the final boss of Sonic Forces Death Egg Robot, and it's not a Death Egg Robot.
Catch me if you can!
This is much easier than the Sonic 2 fight, given that this is a first boss and that's a final boss. That was one criticism I never got with this game. Some people complain that, like, oh, the Death Egg Robot's too easy. It's like, well, it's the first boss, what do you expect? Alright. Ouch. I'm not doing very well. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we can hit the bomb, get onto the arm. This bomb's kind of always the easiest one to kind of hit because you can just get to this safe platform that's not going to go get broken. And that's Death Egg Robot. So one change they have made, this cutscene in the original, you didn't see Eggman here. You heard him, but you didn't see him. You just saw the dark orb. They've decided to make classic Eggman visible. It was kind of like a big reveal at the end of the game in the original. But they've like really changed it in this version. I'm not sure how to feel about the change, to be honest. Like, on one hand, like, it was a cool reveal, keeping classic Eggman till the end of the game. But also, the game is like 14 years old. You know, people know that he's in the game now. I don't know. There's nuances to the debates.
Could have done it better myself.
This confirms it. It sure does. Older versions of us. Places and enemies from our past. We're traveling through time, Sonic.
I am still so used to the original line music that sometimes it does catch me off
The
guard.
Time Stones?
It's like that big thing that kidnapped Eggman can consume time. And then it looks like it
And the
dragged
cutscene
you
animations in this game have, I mean, they were never great, but
You
they
know
really
what I
are just
mean.
standing around talking, aren't they? Oh, here comes the time meter. Cover your ears.
Where'd it go?
We need to track it down, and fast.
Yeah, even just tiny little rewrites. In the original, that line was, we need to find that thing and fast. Now it's, we need to track it down and fast. Just little weird changes. Again, I don't really care at the end of the day. I only ever replay the story for Sonic Generations, really, if I'm recording or streaming it. In my own time, I just play the levels. Right, Speed Highway. Jump. Oh. I know I said I wouldn't do this too much, but literally I'm at the start of the level. So yeah, jump at the start and get an extra path. Referencing the original level design. Ah. Ah. Oh my. I guess we're going this way. Anyone fight with classic Tails talks, but Sonic doesn't. It is a bit of a weird design sort of choice. Because obviously in the original games, well, no one speaks because they're 16-bit games. But yeah, it's always been a bit like inconsistent that in this game that Tails talks, but Sonic doesn't. Not really sure what's up with that. Right, hidden path down here. Get a red ring. Maybe that's why Sonic never shuts up, he canonically overcame mutism. You know, it's not related to this game, but another, like, when sometimes when Sonic fans complain... Oh, hold on. There's one of the hidden Chow. When sometimes Sonic fans will complain that, like, when Sonic himself is kind of, like, being a bit of a loser, like, and, like, being a bit cringe and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's his character. He's always been, an overconfident, you know... sort of thing like that, you know, like that. Like, he is a bit of a loser, really. Like, in an endearing way. I mean, especially in America and Europe, like, he was, you know, in the 90s, he was advertised on his attitude, you know? Is that?
Sonic the Cringe Hog.
There we go. One thing that hasn't changed is S-ranks are still comically easy to get in this game, because all you have to do is do an A rank and not die, and these levels aren't exactly difficult, at least for seasoned Sonic players. S-ranking has always been like pretty easy in this game. Like, you can play really badly and you'll still get like a B rank. I don't need to see a tutorial, I know how to light speed dash. Hold on. Right, hold on. Nope, okay. Couldn't get the helicopter. That's where that helicopter, you're supposed to be able to get onto it, but like... I swear it's impossible. Well, I need to see if any more things are available in the skill shop. I missed my acceleration. It's kind of skill. pro strat. That's what I love about this level. Not this level, this level, but that's what I love about this game. There's just so many like little hidden like shortcuts in the areas and like hidden, well, mostly shortcuts. Like the overall game is one of the easier Sonic games, I would say, especially now that you can turn off lives. The skill ceiling, I think, is pretty high. You know, easy to learn, hard to master, that kind of deal, you know? Stick to this side for a red ring. Drift it for a shortcut. I always forget which way to go to get to like a good proper shortcut area from that though. I always forget where to go up or down there. I think I was meant to go up. Oh well. We're on this path now. There was like another path there that I could have gone through, but oh well. Well, I didn't do it correctly. And just as you get to the end of the level, the sun starts rising. Just a cheeky little reference to the Dawn section of the original. Although we don't get a remix of that Dawn music, which was a lovely piece of music in Sonic Adventure, but oh well. Can't have everything. So yeah, I collected a couple of Chao, one in Act 1, one in Act 2. Like I said, they don't do anything. They just exist to be collectibles, to be a checklist, but yeah, as a seasoned player of this game, it was nice to have something new to find in the levels, an excuse to explore them again.
You did great, kiddo.
Like, I think I managed to find them all without looking up a guide, maybe? I can't remember. City Escape looks more nighttime than you remember. It's also the wrong music for City Escape. Speaking of City Escape. City Escape Act 1 was one of the very first pieces of music they ever like revealed for this game back before it came out. And again, I remember just as classic Sonic fans, myself included, just collectively losing our minds with this remix, because in the second half of it they reference Endless Mine from Sonic 3. Huh? No, nope, Sonic Adventure 1's level is Speed Highway. Emerald Coast is in the 3DS version of Generations.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Yeah, Emerald Coast is in the 3DS version, but yeah. See, a common joke, ever since Generations came out, is that there's too many city levels. Because you got Speed Highway, you got this, you got Crisis City, you got Ruto Run. There's 4 city levels in this game. Here's the section. Yeah, it's them referencing Endless Mine from Sonic 3, like the multiplayer. So good. The skateboard's really fun. Too many titties. I'm complaining about Sonic Generations or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Oh. Well. There we go. So I like how the truck is just harassing you throughout like most of this level. There's also lots of fun details in the background, like the billboards and stuff. Like there's a advert for the Chaotix Detective Agency, and it's like says, "Are you sure you want to know?" or something. think there's like a new challenge. Actually, no, I think the new challenge space might be in Speed Highway. Yeah. The City Escape levels are great in this game. I mean, it's one of the best levels in Adventure 2. I mean, a lot of the levels in this game are, it's like, yes, there's like 4 cities and a few first levels, but it's like, they are kind of like the shoo-ins. Like, yes, you're gonna have Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant's iconic, you know, City Escape is Sonic Adventure 2, Seaside Hill is iconic from Heroes, you know, Rooftop Run was always the best level in Unleashed, all that sort of stuff. So it's like, the popular choices are popular for a reason. I love this this remix as well. Like, it's just got a really like celebratory feel to it. This remix. Let's crash into more cars. Running out of boost. Yeah, like Final Fantasy games. Yeah, like. The thing is, it's like, they're popular and iconic for a reason, you know? They not do a very good job of that board section. There's like grind rails and like ramps and stuff you can take. Oh, we don't want to go down there. Oh well. After this level, I'm just going to go back to the skill shopper and see if they've got the acceleration skill that I want. Can't remember when you unlock it. Are you sure you want to know? Celtics Detective Agency. Chili Pup, hottest dog in town. Classic Sonic. I mean, there are cities in Classic Sonic. Like, there's like Spring Yard Zone, there's like the casinos and stuff as well. I guess it's that the cities in like the adventure games onwards are more realistically designed, I guess. Because like Spring Yard Zone, Starlight Zone, and Sonic 1 are both kind of cities, but they are kind of like more abstract in their design. So I just love how over the top the gun truck is in this game. Like, this gun truck is out for blood. Is there anything up there? Yes. Yeah, like the gun truck is out for blood in this game with the buzz saws and everything. And the jet boosters as well to chase Sonic along the wall. It's ridiculous and over the top, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Like, I enjoy when Sonic is ridiculous like this. Is this truck in the film? I mean, there was a truck in movie 2, I guess. I mean, Sonic was the one who crashed that one, but hey.
Thanks, Big Blue. That's the first time I've ever been stolen.
You're a real gem, Rouge.
Also, all these little cutscenes where like you rescued like Sonic's friends. Modern Sonic didn't have dialogue in those. Like the friend that you rescued would say something to Sonic, and then like even like classic Sonic obviously wouldn't say anything, but then modern Sonic would still be silent as well. So it's a bit weird. So they like changed that for this. Oh, I want to try the upper route. I was gonna see if the skill was there, wasn't I? I don't want to take up too much time, but No. Okay. Nothing's in this. Nothing's one I just unlock, isn't it? No. Oh well. I think it's just to run rather than trying to go through the menu. And yeah, Eggman did have a truck in the first movie. I suppose in a way there was a truck chase of some kind in the first movie, but it's mostly done in a car. I mean, one way they do kind of differentiate Seaside Hill here is that the classic Sonic version especially is the water level for this game. See, in Sonic Heroes there was no water because there was no water in any 3D Sonic games between Adventure and Colors. And it's so pretty in this game as well. I love how Seaside... I mean, this whole game, but Seaside Hill is very pretty in this game. Like, I think they do a good... No, missed the route. I think they do a good job of differentiating Seaside Hill from Green Hill. Because Seaside Hill kind of basically is Green Hill at home, in a sense. It's Green Hill, but they can reuse the music without having to pay royalties to Dreams Come True. Oh, I'm annoyed I missed the top route. Oh well. It was to show off the water section. Definitely, 100%. So I tried using the drop dash to like see if it made this section any easier, but it actually doesn't. Jump up there for the last red ring of the level. Although in this game, red rings literally just unlock things for the gallery. There's no gameplay like anything that you unlock with them. It's like in Colors they unlocked the Game Land levels, which eventually unlock Supersonic, and Lost World they just unlock Supersonic. There's nothing in the meantime. But here they pretty much unlock the gallery stuff. Still better than Forces, where getting all the red rings in a level just unlocked more stuff to collect. And then, which was the number rings. And getting the number rings unlocked more stuff to collect, which is the Silver Moon rings, and getting the Silver Moon rings did nothing. Oh no, okay, no, I think getting red rings unlocked some bonus stages in Forces actually, but the bonus stages aren't particularly great. Oh, Seaside Hill Act 2, I love this stage as well. There's so many different routes you can take, it's very open. And the remix is great. Incorporating Ocean Palace into the mix was a really good idea. A lot of the time if I'm like humming Seaside Hill to myself, I usually end up going to Ocean Palace because of this remix. It's like you can see like there's like so many other routes that exist. I mean, I tend to try and take the sort of fast routes and all that because I've played this game so much. Yeah, whales here. Yeah, this is basically a reference. Like the whales in this are basically a reference to Sonic Adventure. They do like reference stuff. Like Heroes, they do make a few references to Adventure in Heroes, like in the dialogue and stuff as well, and references to some other previous games as well. Like they reference Mushroom Hill, or Knuckles references Mushroom Hill anyway. Oh, I missed that red ring. That one's really annoying to get because of how the car controls. Speaking of minor things that are changed in the port, in this version of the game, wall jumps work properly. In the PC version, the original 2011 PC version, wall jumps are a bit broken. If you tried holding onto a wall for too long, someone could just kind of fall off instead of sliding down properly. That's fixed in this version. I think it was always correct in the original console releases on 360 and PS3, but the original PC release had a weird bug with it. Of course, there were mods to fix it for years, but yeah, this version fixes it as well. It's not much of a thing because wall jumping in this game, you know, if you're playing efficiently, you're just wall jumping immediately upon getting onto a wall that you can jump off of, but I just thought I'd mention it.
Okay, so we're pretty sure we've figured things out. And it's pretty dire. Ah!
The subtitles said R, like AWW, but it was more of an ah, like
That
AHH.
thing keeps jumping back and forth through time, consuming the dimensional energy. And all that's left behind is this lifeless white void. The Sonics are the one constant here. Their speed is restoring space-time.
And I guess we have to run like there's no tomorrow, or there won't be a tomorrow.
That line's from the original. Re-recorded, but it's from the original. And Espio. I think he says pretty much the same thing. Once you get further in, like the what the friends say when you rescue them,
We're
like
facing a
I know
dangerous foe,
he says
Sonic.
something different.
Better be on your
But
guard.
some of the later ones do say pretty much the same thing, and they're just re-recorded. So I think especially any characters that have been recast since Generations, because several characters have been recast. They have their current voice actors rather than their 2011 ones. We'll go for this mission. This one's pretty short, if I remember right. And as many rings as you can while drifting. Get to the goal in time. I mean, given that the S rank time is 1 minute. This should be pretty short. The amount of rings you get doesn't really matter. I don't know why they mentioned the rings here. And then basically we go back where we came from. So we hit a switch that opened up a new road or something. Like opened up the path to the goal. There we go. Short and sweet. Now where's the key? This one? Oh. Right. Yeah, Toxic Caves from Spinball gets a remix, I guess, in this one. It's kind of a remix. Yes, I did want to do this one. Dash ring 1, 2, 3. Pass through all dash rings in order and reach the goal before time runs out. This was planned about couple hours in advance while I was driving home from work. I was like thinking about which missions I want to do, just for like time savings or just being particular ones I wanted to show off. And I was sort of thinking, yes, I do want to show this one. Also, it's a pretty short and easy one. I'm also trying to like show different missions than what I did before. It's the only level Spinball has. I mean, for a lot of people, yeah. I want to stream Spinball one day, but like, I had to really practice it because it's really hard. I've only ever beaten it once or twice. Like, Spinball's like really, especially when you get to the final level, it's so hard. Thing is, I need to practice it because I want to stream it from original hardware. No, don't go back in. No, don't go back in. I'm not pressing up. Right, turn Seaside Hill. Now, as funny as the Rouge mission is in this level, I do want to do it. It can be a bit long-winded, so I want to do a different level. Go up here anyway. We'll get to you in a minute. Sure, let's do this one. Skim the water's surface. We didn't do much water running in the actual run of the level, so let's do some now. Water running is a pretty fun mechanic in these boost games, I do like it. It's especially like exhilarating in something like Jungle Glow Riding Unleashed. There's like, in that level, there's like massive stretches of water to run across. It's like visually really striking. There we go. That's a nice short one as well. Good. How are we looking at time? It's just gone 9 o'clock. Hopefully I should be able to get this whole thing wrapped up within normal streaming time. I suppose it helps that, you know, I know this game very well. Right, got all the boss keys. But first off, we've got the rival battle. So, it's above Cityscape, above Sonic Adventure 2's level. Of course, it's Shadow. We'll have a lot more to talk about with him later. But for now, we're gonna fight for the Emerald. This fight can be finished either really quickly or it can take a little while. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle intro reference. Specifically Battle. The Dreamcast version doesn't have that intro. I want that thing, Shadow. There we go. Don't want him to get it. Oh no, you don't. one thing you know is about this. Yeah. I think he got that one. Well, as long as I get the next one, that's... Come on. There we go. Sonic power up. Live and learn time. Need to pay attention when you hit all these meteors. You gotta hit all the meteors to slow Shadow down, and then once you catch up to him, you gotta ram into him. There we go. Yeah, Shadow's an idiot. He would have won if he didn't drop his gun on the way over. And Live and Learn is such a good song. I'm so happy they used it in the movie. I need to get my Blu-ray ordered at some point, but I'm going to sort my Xenoblade X pre-order first. I mean, as soon as that Blu-ray comes out and I get it, I'm finding time to rewatch that movie. Also, he gave us the 4th Chaos Emerald. I refuse to believe that wasn't intentional. He gave us the damn 4th Chaos Emerald. Right. And speaking of Crush 40, time to fight Perfect Chaos. I'm not the hugest fan of this remix of Open Your Heart, though I do prefer the original. This one's alright, it fits the fight, but I'd always much rather listen to the original Open Your Heart to this remix. I also realised I'm wearing completely the wrong t-shirt. I'm wearing a Mario t-shirt while I'm streaming Sonic. Oh well. Oh, I've gone completely the wrong way. I haven't taken the fast route at all. Oh. Died. So if I die, I may as well just restart. Once you're inside Perfect Chaos, you don't need to boost. You're just wasting boost meter if you keep holding boost. It's not like the original fight where you have to sort of run into him with enough speed. As soon once you run into him, that's it. You've got the hit. Yeah, I do like this. This boss is basically a mini level on its own, which is neat. I mean, platformer bosses often are good if they, well, exemplify platforming. It's a more involved fight than the original. I do like the original fight, although I played it enough that it's a bit too easy for a final boss now. And it's very short. So I think there was a mod for Sonic Adventure that gives Perfect Chaos more health. I know there's mods that give Chaos 4 less health, which thank goodness for that, because I hate fighting Chaos 4 because it takes so long and you have to fight him 3 times when you play through Sonic Adventure. Yeah, the water effects look nice, especially for the time it came out. I mean, water graphics are the reason why Chaos is a water monster. They wanted to do something visually with the Dreamcast that the Saturn couldn't do. And, well... That's annoying. They wanted to do something visually that the Saturn couldn't do. And the Saturn is famously bad at transparencies. And the Dreamcast is quite good at transparencies, so that's why Chaos is a water monster in the first place. Because I remember it was always worded as like they want to do something that couldn't be done on previous consoles, like on previous generation of consoles, and then snarky Nintendo fans point at Ocarina of Time and go, "Oh well, that looked good." And it's like, yeah, but they were talking about things they can't do on previous Sega consoles. You know, like Nintendo fans being smarmy about the N64. You know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ocarina of Time has a water monster. But it's like, when they say about previous generations, they mean previous Sega hardware. And the kind of thing Chaos is just wouldn't work on the Saturn unless they made it completely opaque. Just because the Saturn's rubbish at transparencies. I mean, the fact that Sonic R has a transparency effect on its final track, Radiant Emerald, like that's an incredibly impressive feat for the console.
You've brought back so much
And the fact that, like,
world.
its graphics fade in instead of popping in as well. Like, Sonic R is like, you know, it's not the greatest game for gameplay, but it is such a
You're
technical,
doing great,
like,
Sonic.
showcase for the
You
Saturn.
mean You're doing great, Sonics. Right. I may never get used to that. Ah,
Oh, prepare your ears. Time Eater's back. Man,
whoa, did
the one
that
thing I never
just
look
scare
forward
off
to
the
when I'm
monster?
replaying the whole story,
The Chaos
the
Emerald
Time
powers
Eater.
are miraculous, and we sure could
We'll
use
get
a
to that,
miracle.
but man, I hate that
We need
fight.
that emerald.
Everyone hates the fight.
Sonic, your speed has been able to restore our friends. I bet it can restore the Chaos Emerald to full power, too. And I bet you double we're going to need all 7 emeralds.
Yep, we need Chaos
You're
Emeralds.
on.
Standard Sonic
You guys
fare.
have your work cut out for you.
That said, the next 2 games after this game kind of
Easy.
pretend the Chaos Emeralds don't even exist. They're not mentioned at all in Lost World or Forces. They're also not mentioned in colours either. But that said, Pontac and Graph, I think Sonic Lost World's story came from them before, like, maybe Sonic Team had some of the bigger concepts, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just genuinely didn't know the Chaos Emeralds existed. Just because they have said, they've gone on record saying they don't know much about Sonic. Anyways, Crisis City. Oh, come on, I want the top half. No! I'm pressing jump. Jump, please, Sonic. There we go. It wasn't even the top part, it's just a quicker way up here. Ah well. Sonic CD reference! That's the way that little bit of road faces the camera. I do remember people being surprised that 06 got a level in this game just due to it being erased in the timeline, but you know, it's still a main series Sonic game at the end of the day, even if its events, you know, ended up not happening at the end of the day. I'm impressed myself that I managed to stay on that top path. Ah. Ah, bottom. Bottom path it is. Yeah, like you can obviously easily just sort of handle wave and say like, well, Crisis City managed to come back because of, you know, Time Eater shenanigans, and that was a short level. Psych. Oh, I still love that. All these years later, that tornado's carrying a signpost. Don't go into the tornado when it's big and glowy, because it'll kill you. I was hoping the wind would stop, but I don't think it does. Yeah. I also find it interesting that the classic Sonic remix of Crisis City is more like guitar focused than the modern Sonic one. There we go. I do like the little fake out signpost. I think it's always been a fun gag. Like when games subvert things with things that you kind of just accept as like part of the game design, not necessarily part of the actual like universe of the game. I mean, I can't remember if they changed the line, but it's certainly in the original. At the end of the game, Sonic's like, "Enjoy your future; it's going to be great," and cue jokes of, you know, Sonic 06 happening in classic Sonic's future. Attack booster. There's just something about the rhythm of like when you sort of get into the through these boost Sonic levels. There's just something about this sort of rhythm you're gonna get yourself into with these sorts of things. There's just something very satisfying about pulling off like a really smooth run of a level. That's just kind of like this whole flow kind of thing with Sonic in general. So I feel that way about most Sonic games really, like it's just satisfying to nail a good run of a level. That's what I like about the cool bonus in Sonic Mania, when you get your end of level score. It's like the cool bonus basically, if it stays at 10,000 it means you managed to no-hit run of the level. It took a while for people to work out what the cool bonus did, I remember. Come on, platform. You didn't time yourself right. Obviously, it goes without saying, this version of the level is much better than the original. I mean, the original was one of the better levels in Sonic 06 until you got to the Max Speed section. But this is obviously much better. It's much more competently designed, it's not as buggy. You don't have like massive long stretches where you're just watching Sonic do stuff. Also, the board doesn't control well. The Max Speed section being like a long stretch of road to like boost down and quick step to dodge stuff works a lot better as well. There we go. Yeah, it's still one of the best
As much as I
characters in
dislike
Sonic.
relying on others, I'm grateful for your aid. The
And they
creature
haven't
was
really
beyond
done
my
anything properly with
skills.
Blaze in the games,
this
well,
one's
since the
tough.
DS games. Man.
Hmm.
Thing is, but the Rush games were a big part of my childhood. So Blaze always felt like an important character to me. But they haven't done anything with her since the Rush games, really. Anyways, Rooftop Run. These are some of my favourite levels in the game. I love both acts of Rooftop Run. They're both just really fun, well-designed levels. I like these platforms from the Hilltop Zone. Obviously visually they're different, but they function like the ones in Hilltop Zone. Yeah, I would be so down for seeing Blaze in a new game. I think she's in the upcoming Sonic Racing game. She was in Team Sonic Racing, which is nice. Like, if I wasn't playing as Sonic like I usually do because I'm boring, I was playing as Blaze, so... I like Sonic more than Blaze, but Blaze is a very good character. Easily the best, like, female Sonic character. And, like, I'd say probably my favourite character outside of the classic, like, the original, like, classic characters. I like how you go in this inside bit with the barrels and stuff, referencing the Werehog levels. Or the Werehog level in Rooftop Run. Because a lot of these level design references were lost on me when I first played Generations, because when I first played Generations, I'd only played the Wii version of Unleashed. I'd not played the HD version yet. I'm on the top route. To get to push a barrel into egg fighters. Oh, there's Navy Chow up here as well. That specifically is like as a reference to the original level design. This whole section kind of is. Ow! Messed that one up, didn't I? There we go. I think I skipped some of the tower bit by doing that. Yeah. Yeah, skipped a decent chunk of the tower by taking that top route there. Ow. Whoa. I don't want to know what happened with the physics there, but I'm not going to complain. I can never get over to the right there. I remember this clock bit stumping me when I first played, because I didn't understand that you were meant to, once you get in here, that you're meant to hold down the spin dash button. Because I think I had controller hints turned off, as I do still now. Like, so that confused me for a little bit on my first playthrough. I probably mentioned it last time I streamed Generations, and when I did like that stream like a couple months ago. They're like, we've always theorised that blimp is meant to be a reference to Flying Battery from Sonic 3, but I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if it's meant to be or not. But I remember it being theorised, especially back in the day. Well, that was Rooftop Run Act 1, my favourite Act 1 in the game. And the Rooftop Run Act 2 is my favourite Act 2 in the game as well. I love both of these levels so much. I mean, the original Rooftop Run is one of, if not the best levels in Unleashed, and this level just distills that and oh, I love it so much. If I ever want a good time, I can boot up Sonic Generations and play this level. Like everything from the music to the aesthetics to the level design is just. I want a good run on this level. It's just like I hesitate to say perfect because nothing in this one's perfect, but I love this level so much. It's one of my favorite levels in the entire series. It's just got such a fun sort of feeling to it. Like its tone is like so like I'm gonna say festive, not festive as in Christmas, but festive as in like festival. Like sort of joyful and festive in that regard. Like with all the balloons and confetti everywhere. Ah! Oh, I can't bother to restart the level now. Oh! Of course I wouldn't get a good run while streaming. Why would I get a good run while streaming? Yeah. It's karma for my really good run of Chemical Plant. Like, I got a really good run of Chemical Plant. Yeah, this takes pretty much all the set pieces and stuff from the original Rooftop Run and just boils it down. It sort of distills it into a shorter level, but it's just like compressed and even more fun. I mean, there's a reason I chose this as the start screen music. Like, when I say I like boost Sonic gameplay, it's levels like this I'm talking about. And it's what Forces really missed the point of, like Forces levels just feel too bland and boring. Like, they feel too bland, they feel too easy, too safe in the level design department. I mean, this level isn't ultra long, you know, playing even with a mistake, you know, only 2.5 minutes, but it's densely designed. It's designed. You know, it's satisfying to play. And here's Vector.
Thanks, Sonic. You know, I got a hunch someone or something
Yeah,
is controlling that
I think that line is unchanged.
Roger that.
Again, re-recorded, but the line itself is unchanged. Right, so from the best level in the game to the worst level, Planet Wisp. Unfortunately, the final level is the worst one. It's just a bit overly long. The Spike Wisp can be a bit awkward to control. Classic Sonic's music is not, like, for Planet Wisp is not particularly great. Visually, the outdoors bits in Act 1 and 2, like both these acts, visually it looks great. I love how Planet Wisp looks here. Definitely looks better than in Colors Ultimate, but the way the Spike Wisp controls just kills it for me. It just doesn't feel good. How do I not get hit by the fire there? And there, what? So Spike Wisp was in Sonic Colors, obviously, and it controlled alright in there. Like, it's not the best Wisp you get in that game, but you know, it controlled fine. I just don't know what they did in this game to make it control worse. I'm not sure how they managed that. Plus, doesn't help that this is these two levels. Like I say, they go on a bit long, I think. And they have a little bit of over-reliance on the Wisps. You spend a lot of time using the Wisps in these two levels. Like, obviously I know the Wisps are the gimmick of Sonic Colors, and you use Wisps a fair amount in Sonic Colors itself, but there are many stretches in these levels where you just have to use the Wisp. It's not like it's optional or anything, like another way to get through the level or something. It's just, you know, you are using the Wisp. Or easy you can use the Wisp to skip that little platforming bit there. Oh, whatever, I'm just going this way. Can't be bothered. Ouch. Yeah, we're nearly at the end. That was the last red ring. Did I manage? Oh, I don't think I have now. Oh. Guess whatever path that was. When I said we're near the end, that was the last red ring. The level's still going. Alright, here we go, it's the quote-unquote puzzle. Alright, just get all those across, and then that's the puzzle. Right, we're actually nearly at the end now. This is near the end of the level. Oh, that level's nearly 5 minutes long. Trying to get the red rings in that level's a bit annoying as well. Still nice rank though. And I suppose they are appropriately challenging for final level. And obviously Planet Wisp is the obvious choice of level to bring back from Sonic Colors. It's the iconic one, but it does make a bit of an odd final level. Right, here we go, Act 2. I do like this one a little more, but I think that's just because Rocket is a bit less annoying to use than Spike. Yeah, like this section out here, this outdoor section, this 3D section, looks beautiful. Like, Planet Wisp is rendered really beautifully here. I love how it looks. It's just a shame that we spend most of the level in 2D in the construction sort of area. So I think with this level, I think once you enter 2D, that's it. it's 2D for the rest of the level.
All right.
Actually, no, I think there's a quick step section. Maybe. But for the most part, it's mostly 2D once you get to 2D. Yeah, at the very least, Rocket is less annoying to use than Spikes. Ouch. Ah! I'm very good at dodging those missiles. There we go. Time that, so I don't get hit by the missiles. I think there's a way to bring up there. I really can't be bothered though. There's a child down there, I definitely can't be bothered. I don't want to sacrifice this high path just for a collectible. Ouch. I nearly sacrificed the high path by being bad at games. Okay, so there's a quick step section here, but that's not exactly 3D exploration. And it's over before you know it. Yeah, we are 2D from here on out. At least you can boost on these platforms to speed them up. Ouch. That's mainly for that, isn't it? There used to be a 1-up there, but, you know, turn off 1-ups. At least you always know where you should be using Rocket in this level. Just because you can follow the rings. Oh, there was a Chao there. Oh, it's a shadow one. Yeah, all the different Chao to find, they all do have different designs. There's no repeats, which is nice. I think we're nearly at the end. We just got the tower climbing section to go. I say tower climbing, it's more of a crusher section in this version. Anyway, I almost have to say that the Rocket is one of the wisps they feature here, and it's like, I'm pretty sure it's the first level it features in colours is like Sweet Mountain or something. No, don't drop dash Sonic. Well, you do use Rocket in Planet Wisp, but... There we go. That was a pretty clean run of Planet Wisp Act 2 at least, apart from getting hit several times. Right, it's 3 challenge acts, 1 rival fight, 1 boss, and the final boss to go. Well, and some cutscenes.
Dude, there's the emerald.
Yeah, you get 3 rival fights, 3 boss fights, so you get 3 emerald, you get 6 of the emeralds for them, and then you just get the last emerald by clearing all the stages.
Pretty slick move, huh?
Classic Sonic seems very easily impressed by the air boost there.
I was scared because somebody took me, but now I'm free. I'm a free bee. Free bee.
This line wasn't changed.
Whee!
Again, re-recorded, I think. But
All right, just simmer down, buddy.
yeah, that's what we're all thinking
Oh,
with that line.
hey!
Right. I think which challenge acts I want to do. You say shut up, Charmy. There is in Sonic Heroes on the PC version, in like the configuration file for the game, you can, there's a line you can add to the configuration file to make the dialogue turn off, like a lot of the like incidental dialogue turn off, like the stuff that doesn't have like subtitles, and you add the line
Put out
shut
that
up,
ball of
Charmy.
fire. Call me by pressing the button.
Right.
Leave it to me.
Do the mission with Blaze in because we like Blaze.
Sonic, I've got this. Sonic. Here goes.
Again, Homie attacked me to the wrong place.
Leave it to me. Here goes. Sonic, I've got this. Sonic.
I thought you got rid of that one.
Here goes.
Rings.
I've got this.
The Sonic 3D Sega Saturn version main theme. Not really very fitting for Crisis City, but it's just the theme they use for like a lot of these friend missions. I didn't realise Blaze can get rid of the can hit the enemies as well. I've not gone this lower route in quite some time.
Here goes. I've got this. Sonic. Here goes. I've got this. Sonic. I've got this.
No! You got rid of the wrong thing.
Leave it to me.
She got rid of the enemy and the Dahomey attack chain instead of the fire.
Here goes. Sonic. I've got this.
So the hitbox of this gold ring is a bit like bigger than the platform it's on. You can get it without having Blaze get that bit of flame. Like get that bit of fire. Yeah, that is probably the mission I showed up before. I do tend to play that one usually. The Rooftop Run mission I'll be showing off is definitely going to be the one I did before because I love this mission. It's ridiculous, it's stupid. We're using the boards from City Escape and Rooftop Run. I love this stupid mission. It makes no sense in terms of like physics and stuff. I'm pressing jump while you're not doing tricks. There we go. Thank you, Sonic. It's like the like the sort of changes, like the concessions they had to make in the level design to make it work for the board. And the way this board can just go straight up a massive clock tower like this. Like, it's so ridiculous. The fact you can still quick step while on this board as well. And there's the goal. That's one of my favourite side missions in this game. Honestly. It's just silly and fun. There we go. And where's the one I want? Action Master, yeah. Go use your more like modern, I guess, modern Sonic movesets. Plus they set the level at a different time of day as well, which is just a nice change of pace. Oh, come on. Ow. Oh, really? No, I'm starting over. That was not a good run. Can't believe I missed that. I jumped too low, I think. Yep, see ya, thanks for dropping by. Oh, ah! Yeah. Did not do that jump very well either. Yeah, the time meter, I'm not looking forward to it. I never look forward to it. It's the worst part of the game. It's always been the worst part of the game. Fine, I guess I'll go the lower route. I feel like how much momentum, I like how much momentum the Lightspeed Dash gives you in this game. I once you beat the Trail of Rings. Ouch. Okay, so the wall jump being broken does kind of matter in this stage, so... Yeah, being able to hang on to the walls properly does make this stage better. Because sometimes you do need to like hang on the wall to wait for like a fire, like a flamethrower to go down or something. Oh, where's the key planet list? Ah, there it is. Right, let's go fight Silver. Are you Sonic? Are you Sonic? Are you an imposter? I must find out by throwing cars at you. If you get that reference, well. Much like Crisis City, it goes without saying that this is a much better fight than the original Sonic 06 fight. I can get through the Sonic 06 fight with no problem now, but that's because I've spent way too long playing Sonic 06. If the guy hits you, you're too slow, and that's not Sonic. Was he Sonic? Silver Generations when? In like another 10 years, I guess. Alright. tip for this boss fight is keep running into these, keep boosting into those cars just to get your boost energy up. And if you're out of boost energy, if you slide into them, that refills boost as well. Get him from there. Oh, that's where that happens. I swear that... There we go. I swear I always had trouble hitting Silver in that part.
Give up!
You want to make sure to get your boost gauge up for the final attack. You need to make sure you have plenty of boost for this final attack. Especially in the hard mode version, I do often struggle in this final hit.
Meteor smash!
There we go. Because if you run out of boost, you will eventually, like, that massive ball of debris that he makes will eventually catch up to you. But at least I struggled to hit him on that last one. Alright, that's Silver. Alright, just the Egg Dragoon left. Which is a completely different fight to how it was in Sonic Unleashed, given that in Unleashed you fight it as the Werehog. Alright, here we go. Egg Dragoon. Which, again, they bring it back in forces. Only for half, well, only for just, it follows like another Sonic 1 Green Hill boss reference. And then it fights nothing like the Egg Dragoon, and it's really just a tutorial for phase 1 of the final boss in Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces does not really have very good boss fights at all. Its final boss is alright, but... I think for the most part, Generations has decent bosses. Like, the Time Eater sucks, but the rest of the bosses I think are mostly pretty good. Sometimes you can... There we go, you can get an extra hit on him there. Over these.
Time for a change of pace!
Jump before... Well, I was trying to. If you jump before you land, you get bounced up higher when he, when those walls land down, so you get more time to deal with the wall jumping. Personally, it's always a bit hard to time because they like show it. They do a fancy camera angle.
Time for a change of pace!
There we go. Ouch. Right, here.
Time for a change of pace!
Alright, there we go, last hit. This one, again, Sonic Generations is a bit of a thing of like, I often struggle with the last hit on a boss. because they end up changing the mechanic in some way. Sometimes if you get hit by like one of these drill thingies, it can be hard to recover. Ouch. Yeah, because that happens. I'm gonna just hit restart because they won't count as a life lost. Ah, I was too far to the left. That was annoying. Maybe got an extra hit. Because my free until I die right at the end, literally on the final hit. It was a pretty good run of the boss as well. So I'm a bit annoyed.
Not bad. Here goes. Time for a change of pace. Not bad.
You know, I never really looked at the background here before. Obviously, you can see the magma at the bottom, but ouch.
Time for a change of pace.
I never really looked through the windows.
Time for a change of pace.
Can I get close enough to him? No. Back to 2D.
Time for a change of pace.
There we go.
Take that.
What? Why am I struggling more here than anywhere else?
Time for a change of pace. Time for a change of pace.
I can actually get there. I'm annoyed that both times I've died to this boss, it's been like right at the very end on what would be the final hit.
Here goes.
That's like, it's really annoying.
Not bad. Not bad. Here goes. Time for a change of pace. Not bad. Prepare to be skewered.
Up here.
Time for a change of pace.
And that takes us into the skydiving bit.
Time for a change of pace. Take that.
Just like mashing the jump button so I can only attack him as soon as I can. Because I think the idea with the boss is that you get the final hit in the skydiving segment, but so many times I never do. Or at least it takes more than one skydiving segment. I don't know why this segment is like sort of space limited. Like, why it doesn't just stay permanently in the skydiving section until you beat it. It's a bit of a weird design. Probably the most challenging boss, like in terms of being an actual challenge. Time Eater's probably harder, but more just due to being obtuse and badly designed. Well, it's 10 o'clock. We've only got the Time Eater left, so it should be fine.
I recalibrated everything. This was supposed to be my time.
Oh, please, keep dreaming, Egghead. I beat you every time. No, seriously, we beat him every time.
It's another instance I do miss the original line, where he says it's like it's our job or something, referencing a line in
But the
colours.
The problem is that monster. Maybe we can call a truce and...
The animations there really do not match the line either. And there's the Time Eater. And he's gone.
Look, he got your Eggman too. Oh, this is getting serious.
Right. It is a shame that Sonic Generations ends on a bit of a downer sort of note, just gameplay wise. Because this bit of the hub world is a bit annoying as well, this upcoming bit. Having to put the emeralds into these cog wheels, like, it's a bit tedious. Like, it is a shame that Generations does kind of end on not the best note. Because this section's tedious and doesn't even have background music. Come on, start turning. Thank you. I don't know what they were thinking in this section here. Like, I don't know what the idea was. And then, you know, I've been complaining about it for a lot, but man, the Time Eater's not a good boss fight. Wait for this to go around. There we go. Yeah, I'm really not sure what the point of this was. Like, if it's trying to sort of be like a dramatic build-up, they could have at least put some music in this area. Alright, here we go. Time Eater time. I think of all the cutscenes with, like, you know, this cutscene's probably the most hokey with its rewritten dialogue, I'd say, because they try to fit a lot more words.
Your corner. So how about you just give up and restore the timeline like you found it?
Yeah, like, they try and fit a lot more words
To demand anything you
into the original
nasty
sort of
cushion.
line timings.
Eggman. No wonder.
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past. After Sonic ruined my
Colors
interstellar
reference.
amusement park, I stumbled
An
upon
even
a
more
dark,
overt
primordial
Sonic Colors
essence.
reference
I
than the original.
discovered it possessed abilities I have long desired to harness.
Also,
for myself.
these images are the only
Namely, that it
only
could
times where
travel
Obot and
through the
Cubot show up
dimension of
in this
time.
game.
So I decided to utilize its marvelous capabilities and rewrite the past. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that smart is
I do wonder
me.
if do wonder if we'll ever, in a future Sonic game, if we'll ever get Orbot and Cubot interacting with Sage.
And now all of time is ours.
Even she like mentions them in a cutscene in
The more your
Frontiers.
monster tears through the timeline, the more damage you do to it.
So, I'm going to erase that line and reshape it as I see fit.
Yeah, when I was younger, first playing this game, I watched this cutscene a lot, partly because I struggled with the time meter. But when you look back at it, again, they are kind of just standing there talking at each other.
Shall we begin then, Doctor? By all means, my dear Doctor.
Destroy me? In your dreams, Eggman. I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two of me.
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
I guess this is a bit more actiony, I suppose, but a lot of this cutscene is kind of just characters standing around talking.
Keep moving!
Move all you want. I'm still going to squash you into a blue jelly.
I think this is one of the cutscenes in the original that was a pre-rendered video. And yeah, the quality is a lot better here.
That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
You're tougher than that.
I do, a lot of the lines here are a bit more fitting to the characters.
On your feet.
You're not.
I mean, Shadow's line in the original was a bit infamous,
They are
where he
insignificant.
says, "You got this, Sonic."
Focus your spirit.
We're right behind you. I believe
Well, they're kind of-
you, Sonic. Embrace the emeralds.
Harness their power, Sonic.
You have to win, Sonic, like you've done time and again.
I mean, the way Shadow acts here is kind of mildly funny. Like not funny, like actually funny, but like just like interesting to think about. Just given what the story we'll be seeing soon is and Sonic 4 being jump scare. Here we go, Time Eater. One of the absolute worst final bosses in the entire series.
Sonic, can you hear me? I worked with me to modify
Sonic's friends also never shut up in this boss fight. They haven't changed that.
to hear us.
We're gonna help too. Let's finish this one off quick.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Shadow
You'll be crushed.
Shadow's just come back from reliving trauma.
It still looks dangerous.
I mean, visually it's interesting, but like, it certainly looks better in higher resolutions and frame rates than on the original consoles.
Homing shot. Careful, Sonic.
But it's just like,
Go after it.
so yeah, you encourage to switch when it comes out outside of that time stream. You switch to classic Sonic. I don't even know if it's possible to attack the Time Eater. I don't know if it's possible to attack the Time Eater in this form. I don't know if it's possible to like catch up to it. Like, I swear it's not.
Switch and go after it.
It'll take more than that.
It's like you can be at like one of the extremes of like this tube, and you can like input a direction. It feels like your directional input has no impact on anything.
Finish it.
Also, the ring's really hard to see. I died when I was younger. I died a lot because I found it hard to find the rings.
It'll take more than that.
And the way you randomly speed up and slow down as well.
Careful, Sonic.
Like, I was right next to him, and now I just randomly slowed down.
It'll take more than that. To the beat.
Like that shot chases you. Careful, Sonic.
And that targeting reticle is very misleading. All the friends show Shadow as much support in his final boss too. Well, we will see. when we get to that final boss. I mean, spoiler alert, gameplay-wise, it's so much better than this. It's so much better.
Please be careful, Mr. Sonic.
Yeah, like, to spoil that either, yeah, like, it is so much more fun to play than this final boss. I mean, that's not hard, but...
Looks like time energy is building up.
No, the point is slow down time attack.
Time is going to slow down.
So the idea of this attack is that time slows down, but the Time Eater itself doesn't, so it can keep attacking you. But its attacks, the Time Eater's attacks themselves slow down once they leave, once it shoots its homing shots. The homing shots themselves slow down just as much as you do. So it's just like, what was the point of the time slowing down? Like, you can see the Time Eater acting at normal speed. It's shooting out homing shots, but those homing shots are slowed down as well. It's like, what was the point? Other than wasting my own, IRL time.
Now we'll finish it.
You won't be able to move if it gets you.
It'll take more than that
Come on, just catch up to it.
to defeat us.
Looks like a homing
Come
shot.
on.
Be careful.
There we go.
Don't relax yet.
I'll get the final hit yet. Cheat the ability to do on the actual player. Yeah.
Defeat us.
Shot will track you.
Be careful, Sonic.
We'll end
Okay, there we go. Final hit time.
back to ashes.
Sonic, combine your powers.
The character voices don't tell you what to do. You have to read it.
Come on, Sonic. Hurry up and kill it.
And again, they bait and switch you here. They do like the little intro of Live and Learn, and then they play the Sonic 4 theme. The Sonic 4 theme. Well, that was the Time Eater. Ugh.
Still warm. Time travel.
Of note, Shadow wasn't there at the start of the game. Now he's here. This was the case in the original as well.
You weren't half bad, Sonic.
Not bad. Are you kidding? He was all great. So, I have a question for you. Once we're home, you think the timeline will be restored? Yep. Just don't.
And yeah, it's a very abrupt end. I mean, again, this game is not about story at all. The story is secondary in this game.
It was great teaming up with you, or me. Maybe this will fast track you to learning some new tricks in the future. Wait, I mean, past. Ugh, time travel's a chore.
I feel for Roger Craig Smith there, like, to fit such a long line of dialogue into such a short amount of time.
Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
There's our portal home.
Yeah, when I first played this game in 2011, well, I probably beat it in 2012. When Classic Tails in that version says, "There's our ride," before it panned over to the portal,
Sonic!
I thought it was going to be the tornado, and I was disappointed when it wasn't. And yet, there's the infamous line from the original: "Enjoy your future, it's going to be great." Cue all the bad Sonic games that came out between, like, Sonic 3 and Sonic Generations. The credits here are the same. They haven't changed this at all. I think all the porting team credits are in the Shadow Generations credits, which is kind of funny because it will at one point credit the writers. It was, like, localization, like, writers, and it so it still credits Pontek and Graf, who had no hand in these rewrites. That was all Ian Flynn, long-time writer for the comics, and who started writing for the games themselves with Frontiers. You're gonna get arrested, you're gonna die, you're gonna become a furry, and you're gonna commit bestiality. Enjoy, little buddy. Sonic didn't do that. Sonic was dead when that happened. That was all the leaks. Again, he doesn't commit that. He has it committed against him, I guess. I remember this credits sequence actually was one of the first looks I got at, like one of the first like proper looks I got at gameplay for things like Sonic 06 and the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. Because when I first played this, I haven't played those games yet. Also, yeah, these English character voices, those are the original voices, but some of them have been recast since 2011, so those aren't all correct. This is probably more than my first looks at the Dreamcast version of Sonic Adventure as well. I appreciate that they use footage of the Dreamcast version here. Because in some like marketing materials they do just kind of use the DX version. But I appreciate they go to the original Dreamcast version here. I can't remember if Adventure 2's gameplay portion, if that's using Dreamcast or GameCube. They cover up the bit that has button prompts. Yeah, more care was definitely like than random like marketing like videos that use Adventure DX. I mean that's just one of the things. This game has a lot of care, like a lot of love and care put into it. You can tell Sonic Team this was a passion project. Like, it doesn't just feel like a cheap nostalgia like cash grab. It feels like they put a lot of love and care into this game with all the references. But yeah, marketing people probably have to just play off like a random Steam copy. Sonic Team themselves, you know, they probably have Dreamcast and like in their office or whatever. What was it? Well, for the Sonic Symphony, it's slightly related. There's like in the interval, there's like certainly the interval for the original online version, and just some of the other stuff. Like and I think in the live ones there's sometimes a Chow medley, and they use like the recording they use for that does actually use like some Chow mods for Adventure 2. Like the mods are credited and stuff. It's cool that they allowed that for like an official concert. Yeah, like they used some like because the person that was in charge of recording a lot of the like visuals for like the Sonic Symphony, like the gameplay footage, is like I think he is like a Sonic YouTuber. So again, Sega knows when to work with fans. Like again, it's just something that Nintendo doesn't get. Like Nintendo still doesn't get. Also, a lot of care was put into this gameplay footage of Sonic 06. The gameplay clips are chosen very carefully to make the game look more competent. Like make the game look, you know, the game not look like a buggy mess. There has been a narrative lately about like there's been a lot of people coming out saying that like Sonic 06 was like good, or at least like it doesn't matter that it was terrible because they had ambition. And it's just like, did you actually play Sonic 06? Oh man, that slowdown. You can't hide the slowdown. It's just like, no, the game is a mess. And yes, it did have ambition, but some of that ambition, a lot of that ambition was wrongly placed. Unleashed, however, yeah, I have problems with it, but that definitely has more worthy arguments to be made in its favour. Unleashed is actually a good game. Yeah, this was the first look I really got at the HD version of Sonic Unleashed. Yeah, the 06's story is just... there's so much wrong with it. Like, I don't mind some of the attempts at a more in-depth story, like Adventure, Frontiers and stuff. I don't mind it when it's done better, and when the base concept is better. Like Sonic Adventure, like its base concept is a lot better, and it ties into the classics, which is what I like about it. The 06. Again, story's not what I look for in Sonic games, but doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize a bad one. There's an ad about to start. Do I bother to snooze it? I've had to pause the game. I probably mentioned this in my last playthrough in 2020, but that Happy Birthday Sonic was recording at 2 different fan conventions, one at Sonic Boom in America and Summer of Sonic in the UK.
Are you sure you saw a door over here?
Now, I don't think any of these lines have been rewritten.
You saw a door over here.
I don't think any of these lines have been rewritten, but I think they still re-recorded this for some reason. Like, I'm pretty sure the dialogue's the same, but they just re-recorded it.
What time is it? It's the exact same time as when you asked earlier, and it'll be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. I heard that. Do we ever
It kind of
win?
does look like American
Depends on
cheese
your
now
definition of win.
in this game. Now that you mention
Beating
it.
Sonic. Oh, well then no.
Also, Eggman
That
does
doesn't
win.
give
He
me
does
much
beat
hope.
Sonic in one game.
Maybe I'll go
Sonic
back and get
Riders.
my teaching
He
today.
wins in that game.
That's not a
I mean,
bad
all he wins
idea.
is like a
I've
carpet,
always
but
enjoyed
he
telling
wins.
people what to do.
You got the custom skills? Supersonic. I'm not going to show it off because it is 20 past 10. Well, that was Sonic Generations Revisit. I mean, I don't really have anything else to say other than I wouldn't normally say with Sonic Generations. It is still a wonderful game, and the remaster overall is like pretty good. It does have we have a few gripes with it, and for the most part, I tend to stick to the original release just because it's got all the mod support and all that. Runs a little nicer, just because it doesn't have Denuvo in it, frankly. But yeah, Sonic Generations is still one of the all-time greats, I think, and especially on like modern consoles, like the remaster's a no-brainer, I think. I mean, especially because on modern PlayStation consoles, it's the only version you can get. The PS3 version is locked to the PS3, and you know, it being bundled with Shadow Generations is good. I do think that they should have, instead of fully delisting the original Generations on PC at least, I think they should have done like what id Software did with Doom and just include the original 2011 release with the modern release, like via like a Steam beta or just in the files or something. It's a shame they had to mostly delist it because, you know, I think most people bought Sonic X Shadow Generations for Shadow anyway, so it probably wouldn't have cannibalized sales. But speaking of Shadow Generations, yes, this Sunday, unless anything comes up, we'll be starting Shadow Generations. I'm really looking forward to that. I really like that game. It does a lot of things right, I think. I'm excited to show it off to you guys. Anyways, it is later than usual, so I'm not going to dwell on things too long. So, I changed the music here as well. So, thank you for watching, whether you've been here the whole stream, part of the stream, chatted, alert. It is always very appreciated, and yes, Shadow Generations starts next time. We're getting roughly halfway through the game. I've got a game plan. I've planned out mostly how things are going to go, so yeah. I've been having planned, like, at least minor plans for how I want the streams to go for a while now, so they've been sitting in my head while I've been streaming Crosscode. But yeah, thanks you again for watching, and have a good rest of the night.